Welcome to the Power of Local podcast, where we discuss all things local business, and we are always vocal for local. Hi, I'm Rebecca Melanson. I am a co-founder of the Local Business Institute, and I'm here with my partner and other co-founder, Vicki Valdez, today in the Power of Local podcast, where we talk about all things local business. So I'm really excited. Today we're going to talk about AI. Ooh, because we're all a little bit like,
Yay.
how scary is it, right? What does it really do? Is it going to replace me? All these kind of fear-based questions. And I think hopefully we'll get rid of some of that fear, which is always our goal in everything we do, is like banish fear. So, Vicki, I gave a talk not too long ago, a presentation at a conference about small businesses' use of AI and how it works and what it is and what you do and what to be concerned about and what not to be concerned about. And it seemed like a good thing to talk about, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's something that's around us right now so much.
Exactly. First, I want to say it's not the boogeyman, it's a tool. Square one, it's not the boogeyman, it's a tool.
Good. Start.
Or boogie woman. It's not either one. It's just a tool, and it's a
Start.
tool to use to help you in your business in many ways. It's not out to replace you. It's not out to get you. It's not out to take over your life. It's a tool, and you should use it.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you said it that way. It's a tool.
It's a tool, and so don't fear the tools. For everybody who watched Terminator, we're not there, and this is going there. This is a tool. So one of the things I like to help small business owners with is understanding a little bit about platforms. So there are all kinds of AI platforms out there, right? Some we're most familiar with are chat, right? The big one everybody knows.
Nobody uses.
There's Perplexity, there's Claude, there's probably 100, I think there's 120 AI platforms.
Are
Some
that many now?
kind of,
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot.
Wow. Didn't know there were that many.
Some of them are designed specifically for industries. So some of them are more scientific based, some are more, environmental based or different ideas like that. But I'm only going to talk about the general beginning.
General ones.
And
That's
we're
a good idea.
going to stick with Chat, Perplexity, and Claude. All three are good choices, but it depends on what you want to use it for. Like, what do these things do? Originally, AI was nothing more than an advanced search engine. It couldn't create anything. It could just regurgitate what's already out there. So you ask it a question, it goes out into the known world, right? All the information and all the documents and all the articles and all of everything that we humans did, right? It could go search all that. And it was exceptionally good at it. And it came back with wonderful answers of,
Answers.
you know,
Yeah, because we use Google all the time. That was one of the first things whenever we had to do a search. And I noticed the other day when I was doing a search on Google, it came back AI, and it was AI generated now, which that wasn't like a year ago. That wasn't what it
no,
brought back.
no.
And so things have really changed.
Well, AI is embedded in everything now,
Everything.
and it's actually very helpful in so many ways. But now we have a new level of AI called generative AI. And the thing about generative AI is still goes out in the world, still finds all these facts about what you're asking, but it has the intelligence, so to speak, or the capability of stringing facts together in thoughts. So it doesn't think like we do, but it can take information and draw conclusions from it, make assumptions about it.
Piece together different pieces of information to have a thought.
Yep, it can.
Wow. Oh,
Generative
wow.
AI does
Okay.
that. And so
Okay.
it's a wonderful thing. And so when you go to AI and you say, all right, I need to write a press release about this or about that, or give me some data on this, that's what it's doing. And it will try and answer you, not just your question but your request. So you can ask a question that says, I don't know, I sell beach balls. How many beach balls were sold in the past 10 years? And where were they sold? That's data. It can come back with that data and tell you. But if
Be
you,
great information for a business owner if you think about it.
oh,
They're
it's
trying to
awesome.
expand their markets. Uh-huh.
It's awesome. But if you go in and say, uh, I need a press release written, write a press release, X number of words, um, on the cultural value of beach balls and include how dominant beach balls are, like how many are sold and stuff. It can come back and write you a full press release about how amazing beach balls are, and
Wow.
with facts in it. Now that's a wonderful thing, but never, 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 never just copy and paste from
Oh,
AI,
absolutely. Yeah. Hmm.
because one,
Hmm.
it hallucinates, and
Wait,
it,
wait, wait. What do you by that? Wait.
so
You
AI.
had you had me with the connecting and the thought, okay? The connecting of information thoughts. Wait a minute. Tell me what that means.
So what it means when AI hallucinates is that, AI doesn't have context that human beings have, right? AI
That's true.
never
Hmm.
played on a beach with a beach ball, so it has no context for it. And so it imagines things and sometimes creates connections or makes statements that are so out of context,
Oh,
it
wow. Okay.
because it
Okay.
doesn't know any better. And
Okay.
so you need to read
Because
all that really.
it's never experienced it.
Exactly, exactly. And it occasionally lies, not intentionally. It's not mean-spirited or out to get
Uh-huh.
you, but again, in connecting facts and in looking at data, it sometimes makes connections that shouldn't be made.
You know what? And now you bring up a good point in that sometimes with those connections, not every AI tool provides for you where they got the information from, like facts. They don't tell you. You just assume what they're giving you is true and factual, but they just went out and gathered the information and presented it to you. So how
Exactly.
do you take care of that?
Okay, here's my favorite is Perplexity. And the reason Perplexity is my favorite is because it gives you all the sources and you can go look at those sources and see exactly what was said. Now, that source may be another article in a publication somewhere, you know, that you can make an assumption is true, or it may have opinions in it, but it gives you the source so you can go look at those sources. Sometimes they're reports and you can see, oh, look at this. This is amazing. And this report,
Tools have the right. Not all AI tools have
no,
that feature.
no,
Okay.
they don't.
Okay.
Uh, of the ones that I know of, Perplexity is the only one. Now, maybe some of the scientific ones and some of the more specific ones do the same thing. I don't use them.
To know, Rebecca, if you're a business owner and you're wanting to do you have some questions about the market, or you're wanting to do a press release
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
something was added into whatever it is that was generated for you, you have a way to go say, well, wait a minute, where did that come from?
Exactly. Exactly. So I make sure that if you're stating fact, make sure it's fact and make sure it's true. I think most people have heard of the story. It was early in AI. There was a young lawyer who had a case going to trial and he ran out of time and he had a brief that he had AI write for him and submitted it to the
I
court.
heard this. No, tell me. Yeah.
And so 2 days later, he goes into court, and the judge said, "Well, yes, I read your brief, and what, but this law that you've cited in the brief, I'm not familiar with. Tell me about that." And of course, he couldn't, but he made some. He's kind of like, "Oh, well, it's blah blah versus blah blah," and started saying it. And turns out the judge caught him, but there was no such case ever
Wow.
anywhere.
So
AI made it up.
it does lie. Yeah, I made it up. Oh,
And
not good.
I hope not, but that may have been the end of his career. So because
Okay.
he didn't go back and check it.
Mhm.
So it's like always check the work. But I want
Okay.
to sort of step into one other thing that I do that I'm just loving AI for, and it's brainstorming. You can
Okay.
brainstorm with AI.
Okay.
And
Gosh,
I,
as a business owner, I could, instead of brainstorming with another individual, you can brainstorm with AI. I'm like, how cool is that? And AI can go find stuff on the web to bring back, to bring part of the conversation.
or those times when I know that no one listening or watching this has ever been brain dead, right? At the end of the day. That's never happened to anybody but me. But you got to get
Oh,
something out. You have a blog, you
yeah.
have a Facebook post, you have a newsletter, you have whatever. And you're sitting there and you're trying to conjure something up for this, and you're just brain dead. It's
You're
been a
brain dead.
long day, long week.
Hmm.
Can't think of
Could
a
be a
thing.
topic to discuss. Yeah.
Go brainstorm with AI
Wow.
and
Okay.
say, so I write a newsletter for local business.
Yeah, we have our newsletter. Yeah, we have our
and,
newsletter, the Local Business Institute.
and shh, don't let anybody
Yeah.
know I've used AI to brainstorm for our newsletter.
Oh,
I don't let it write it. It's never written a newsletter, but sometimes I'll just
absolutely.
go and say, what are the bigger concerns for small business in America right now?
What a great idea.
What's happening? And some of it I'll see and I'll think, oh, I don't know anything about that. It requires way too much research for me to learn about it. And so I'll go, nah, nah, nah. And then sometimes I'll see, well, that's an interesting point. And I'll go back to AI and say, tell me more about number three. And it'll come back with information. And then I can say, that's what I'm going to write about because it's a great idea. That to me is, first off, it's brainstorming with AI and it's appropriate use of AI, right? I got an
See, a
idea.
lot of business owners could really use this tool to be able to brainstorm if they have some ideas, some thoughts, and and just maybe just another, as you said, tool that go just check with AI and see what AI has to say.
Exactly. Or writing headlines. I really, really try to
Oh,
write
writing headlines. Okay.
snappy headlines, right? And sometimes it's just not there. It's just like, come on, come on, come on. And I'll try and try. And I thought, I'm getting more dull the more headlines I write. So I'll go to AI. Here's the other thing, I can upload the blog that I wrote to AI and say, give me 10, 20, 50 headlines for this blog.
Now you wrote this, and then AI can give you it can, I guess, review it for you and then come up with a catchy headline for it.
Yeah. AI reads what I wrote,
Wow. Mm-hmm.
processes it, and comes back. Like, I never asked for 20 headlines. That's way too many. I asked for maybe five.
It's a lot. 20 is a lot.
I don't want to read that many headlines. But AI comes back with five headlines. And I have on occasion used something almost straight, or I might combine two of them, or I might say, ooh, I like the first part of this one, but the thought in this one. And at the end of the day, it gets me where I need to be. And that to me is excellent use of AI.
So Rebecca,
So,
as a business owner, that tool just needs to be used more and more because you know, I guess I understand AI. I've used some of the tools, but brainstorming, asking it to review something, even checking maybe market data, what do you think? I mean, that's all valuable. That's real valuable.
and you can, like any tool, it could be misused. But if you use it in the right way, it benefits you and your business and is just an all-around good thing. So an exercise, if you don't use AI, get on it and use it. And a great exercise to do to find the platform that works for you. I mean, it gets much more complicated than this. You can change it to tone and voice, and you can upload some of your writing and it can mimic your style and it can get pretty in depth. We only have 15 minutes today, so we're not going there. But one of the things I would advise you to do is write a question and then ask at least three AI platforms the exact same question. Don't change a word and look at the answers. They'll all be different, they'll all be structured differently. And it gives you a good sense of how they differ in how they answer. So it's a great exercise. You might end up using one for research and one for writing, and different ones for different things. But
It's good, great job. Good advice.
it's here. Embrace it, love it, use
Embrace
it,
it.
grow with it. Just, become AI. And AI enabled, don't become an AI. But in all the fear-based conversations I've heard about, it takes away our humanness, it will do away with our jobs. I don't think any of that is true. In fact, I think it accentuates our authenticity and
Good
humanness.
to hear. That's good to hear.
For sure. But it's just a tool. It's an advanced tool. But anyway, go out and get it, use it. Most platforms have a free level, so it won't even cost you anything. Go experiment with it, have fun, use it for your business, and move along with it, because it's an amazing tool. And
Great conversation today.
Yeah, I love AI, I really do. So we're out of time today, and we hope that you join us for every one of our podcasts, and hope you join us next time when we're actually going to talk about crisis in your business and how to manage that. But for now, we are always vocal for local. See you next time. Thank you for joining us today for the Power of Local podcast, where we encourage you to always be vocal for local. See you next time.